Hey, good morning, guys. And the world is changing again. Lockdown is being eased in some countries, albeit at our own risk, and we still have to take precautions. So, in the next week or so, I shall be going out and doing some landscape photography, night landscape photography with a new twist. So, I hope you guys look forward to that and you come and join me on the trip then. But today we're going to do another studio shoot, and what we're going to do is, I had this idea because of Sniffles being a willing, Sniffles my cat being a willing model. I decided I would do like a cauldron, a witch shoot, around that sort of theme. Now, two problems. One is getting all the elements together and getting her to cooperate, obviously. And the second thing is that fire is involved. Now, the last thing I want to do is put her at risk. So to do that, I've changed the way that I originally decided to do it. But hey, listen, come over to the studio. Let's have a quick look at the setup, have a look at what we've done, and then we'll come back here and look at the image. So off we go, guys. Let's have a look. Hey guys, good morning and welcome to another studio shoot. Now, they say you should never mix animals and fire, and I agree, you shouldn't. However, I did have a German Shepherd once that was very trusting. Now, Sniffles the cat is going to be the model today, and there will be fire involved. Let's see how much she trusts me. Let's have a look at the setup and me setting up, and we'll come back to you guys. Okay guys, when we're shooting shoots like this, we have to composite the fire in. It is there, it is in place, it's just not there with the cat. Now, Sniffles trusts me an awful lot, but I cannot risk her being hurt or damaged, so it's what it is, guys. You know, when you see the final image, you'll think that maybe she's there. She's not, she's in no danger. I could burn the house down, but hey, you know, that's these houses are built of stone. What's to burn except the things inside? So it's no problem. But of course, the animal safety, and when you're shooting models, guys, the model's safety is of prime importance. It's a big factor. So however much trust you have with the model, or with, in this case, the animal cat, Sniffles, you have to make sure that they're safe, and that's where the trust comes in. They are trusting you. Now, she sort of understands what I'm doing, and we have the so we have the time lapse, and you'll see, I put her in, I get her settled, and then we carry on with the shooting. So it's all about problem solving, guys, and it's all about how can I achieve. We are not taking an image here which is an image that you can say, what a beautiful view, click, this is where I went on my holidays. This is, I guess, I don't like to call it, but I guess it is art. You know, we are photographing a concept, an idea, something we've thought of, and we have to solve the problems of how do we put it together. And in this case, we put it together by shooting several images and doing a blend. Is everything in the correct place? Yes, it is. Have we added anything? No, we haven't. It's all there. So, is it a cheat? I don't consider so. And to be honest, I don't really care. You know, I'm presenting an image. I'm presenting an idea, a piece of my art. If I was drawing it or painting it, you wouldn't question it. So why question it with photography? We have this ability now. We can all be artists. So let's go over to the computer, have a look at what we've got, and have a look at the final result, and a chat about some of the do's and don'ts and ideas, guys. She's fine. One of the keys to this element of the picture taking is light. We need the light to bounce up from her from below. Then when we put the fire in, which she won't be in the picture for, what we do is we have the light in the right place and we can just color code it to the right temperature. So what we do is we have the flash gun, which is inside here, and the flash gun fires off and gives an up light. Now we're going to let her go and we're going to say thank you, Sniffs. Sniffs. She really is a good girl, and always no problem with her and with working with her. She's very, very intelligent, and she's been taught to lie down because she has injections twice a day. So as you see, she's here. Now if I move away, she will move. She will say enough. But for the moment she's happy and she's fine. So let's move her away and then let's have a look at what we do next. Foil out, because this is a good reflector. I'm not throwing this away, I'm keeping this, guys. Costs money. Now we put a small grill in. So guys, what we've done now is we've taken the flash gun out, we've put this grill in, and this grill is just to lift the flames so that they're a bit higher. We've put this grill in and we've put the toilet paper. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to set fire to it, and the flames will fire. We will fire the camera on remote, and we will have a long exposure of around 10 seconds for this part of the picture. Now bearing in mind Sniffs was up here, she is very close to the flames, so we've taken her out. I don't want any risk to her, it's not worth it. So okay, let's do it, guys. And this element of it is and simple as that, guys. So what we do is we have the fire and camera on long exposure. Now unfortunately on long exposure it means that we will get some blurring of the flames, but for this picture it's fine. And that's basically it, guys. So that's the job, it's finished. Okay guys, so that's the shoot. Basically you've seen the behind the scenes and what we do in the studio. Now you know my studio, it's a working studio and it's very, let's be kind and say, lived in. There's a lot of clutter because I need stuff and I want stuff at hand. I don't have special cupboards where I go, take one thing out and put one thing back. If I need something for a shoot, I get it all together and I bung it in the studio and we go ahead. So that's the shoot. Now originally I was going to shoot this in one go, and Sniffs being of the nature she is, I could probably do it, but it's not fair to her to put her at risk. If anything goes wrong, even if her fur was singed, I would feel guilty and bad about it. So what I did was I shot her and all of the elements in place, and then I shot the fire separately. Now the fire was shot at 10 seconds exposure and it was just blended in with lighten mode in Photoshop. You know how I do this, I've shown you before. If you really want to see Photoshop techniques, then guys, put a comment below and I'll do a few techniques on how I put these things in. But the real crux of the thing is that the fire was shot separately, so she was not at risk. But one of the things that I needed the lighting on her face as though the light was coming from the fire. So let's go over to the image, guys, and let's have a look at what we're talking about so I can explain to you. Okay, so if we look at the image here, and you look at Sniffs, and you look at her face is lit. How did we do that? Well, it's easy enough. We did a color overlay for the light. But the easiest way is to get the light there in the first place. So what we did is we shot in 2 goes, as I say, and we shot Sniffs in situ with a flash gun inside the cauldron. Now it's an ordinary speed light, guys, just an ordinary whatever you use. I mean, I'm using a third-party one at the moment, so it's very cheap, but it works, it does the job. So what does the flashlight do? What does the speed light do? Well, the first thing it does is it lightens the center of the cauldron, so we get this bright light. The second thing that it does, because we put foil, ordinary kitchen foil, guys, we put the foil in, it gives an up light. So the light from the cauldron is actually lighting Sniff's face. So as you can see, we have the basis of what we need to do. After that, we take her out, we set fire, you've seen, we set fire to, in this case, toilet roll. Guys, I know that it's a sacrilege. All of you people that went down in lockdown and bought 200 toilet rolls, and now I'm burning it. Sorry guys, but toilet roll is toilet roll, and it's better than setting fire to 10 euro notes. But anyway, we put the toilet roll in and we set fire to it, and we shot that separately. Nothing's moved, the camera's not moved. All we've done is take Sniffs away, we've turned the flashes off, and we shoot the fire separately, and then we blend it, as I say, in lighter mode. But the thing is that obviously the flash is very blue. Now I could have put an orange gel on it, and I could have gelled the flash so that it was realistic, but even then it would still need a color adjustment. So all I did was I put a blank layer in Photoshop. I chose a color from the flames, and I did a blend mode for lighting, and I blended it into the blue light that hits Sniffs. So the light is in the correct place. The light from the cauldron is what is lighting her. All I've done is change the color of it so it looks more realistic. Now guys, everything in this picture is real, with the exception of one thing. The little flames coming out of the candle holders I added in post, and again I didn't have candles. If I was shooting it again, I would make sure I had the candles, and I would actually set them alight and use the candles. But that is the only thing that's not real. Everything else is there and was shot. It was shot in two pictures for blending, but then we shoot landscapes like that as well. Well, some of us do. Sometimes we add skies into pictures, and if there's something ugly in a picture, we take it out. So do I feel I'm cheating? No, I don't. The reason, my arguments for it, is that every element of that picture was taken in situ by me at the same time, the same day, within a few minutes of each other. Nothing was moved. Click, set fire to the paper, click, add the two together, that's fine. Now you can say, well, that's not the purest way. Well guys, we're in a whole digital world now. We're in Photoshop, we're in all this exciting new creative world that we have, so it's fine. If that's your opinion, I don't mind. I am creating an image. How I create it is down to me. And you know, these sort of things were done in the past on film as well. They were very, very skilled darkroom workers, but they did the same sort of thing. And we talk about, you know, photoshopping images, and then we talk about how we used to in the past, how they used to be airbrushed. So this has been going on a long time, so I make no excuse for it, guys. But I go back to what I was saying before, and that's the model is paramount. She must be safe. She trusts me 100%. I had a troll on my Facebook that said, look at her eyes, you know, yeah, and a wink emoji. She's obviously relaxed. Well, guys, she was. Her paws are underneath her. She's lying down. She's settled and relaxed. Her eyes, it's true, are wide open and round. They're cat's eyes. This was shot in the dark, so her eyes will be enormous. I can assure you all, guys, that she came to no harm, and she was not concerned. And when I picked her up and gave her a snuggle, she accepted it for a minute and then said, no, I want to go and lie down in the sun, and off she went. So she is fine. So when you look at it, guys, it's come together okay. Would I do things differently if I did it again? Yeah, for sure. One thing, I would have the right candles, and I would put them in the candle holders, and I would light them. The flames, I would probably shoot them somewhere else and get a less blurred effect flame, and I would put it in separately. But to be honest, I quite like the way it's roaring up. It's like a real roar of a flame. So that's the image, guys. Listen, I'm not making any excuse for it, and I'm not saying yay or nay, or, you know, if you don't like it and you think it should be different, then that's what this is for, guys. So what I'm saying to you guys is, if there are things that you would do differently, this is what this channel is about. Go and do it. Go and do it differently. Go and do it your way. Put your spin on it. It's a sharing channel. The reason I'm doing this is to give you ideas. And yeah, there's a few tips. Am I going to head this 5 amazing tips? No, I'm not. Because the tips are built into what I'm saying. You have to have a little bit of understanding, and maybe one day we will do a 5 amazing tips. But putting the flash gun into the cauldron, would you have done that? Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But I knew that I needed the light on Sniffs the cat's face in a certain way. So I put the flash gun in to give me that light. I now have highlights which I can colour code, and which I can make look as though it's from the flames in the cauldron. Nobody has yet said on my Facebook post that you know, you should be arrested for being cruel to animals and putting animals at risk, but this video will this video will change all that. It's all smoke and mirrors, guys, so it really is. Listen, I've got some more amazing stuff going off. I'm going out to do a few landscapes with a bit of a twist, so I hope you'll enjoy that, guys. And please like, share, subscribe. This channel is about sharing, and it's about giving you ideas. So thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support. So for now, cheers.